Hey y'all, I am going to make layered cornbread salad. I have been making it for years and y'all, it's in my old my old cookbook. This cookbook is so old, it's been in the sunlight, and look, that's the side that hadn't been in the sunlight, okay? So anyway, it's in here and I've never changed it. I grew up eating this, except you stirred it all together, so it just didn't look quite as nice as layering it. And I started doing that years ago. I was actually making it and I hadn't stirred it yet, and I realized it was pretty in layers, and I said, hey, wait a minute. Stop the presses, right? Exactly. So anyway, first thing we have to do is make some cornbread. And it's such an easy recipe because you can use the boxed cornbread. And it only calls for one of these boxes of cornbread, but my husband, John Murray, will come in here when I make one, and he'll cut him a big old honking piece of this cornbread off, put some butter on it, and then I don't have enough for my recipe for my cornbread salad. And he'll do that today if I don't. So we're going to make 2 boxes. So if you don't have a husband that'll do that, then you make 1 box. $400 degrees. Yeah, and back when I wrote this recipe card, I'm going to say it was probably 20 some odd years ago. I could read this without my glasses, so anyway. Anyway, just say 400 degrees on your oven. All right, we'll just save him for a little garbage holder. You need 2 eggs, because I'm doing that double recipe, right? Exactly. 1 and 2. And, you know, these cornbread mixes, you can find them without sugar. I did not. And so they're pretty sweet, which they're really good in here. So don't say I'm not going to do that one. It's really good in here with the sweetness with all of these layers. So just trust me and try it. Some of you have said every time I make it, y'all want to make it, and y'all still haven't made it. Well, please, please, I hope to encourage you, because it's going to be a favorite and it's going to be a keeper, I promise. And I need 2/3 cup instead of 1/3. Because my little double recipe, because my little John Murray, right? Right. I'm going to get all that. And y'all, I'm using buttermilk instead of regular milk. Regular milk, sweet milk, just because I love buttermilk. And because I have it, but the recipe just calls for milk, okay? Mine is lumpy, so I am switching out with a whisk. And I'm not going to edit all this out because we're just cooking in the kitchen, right? Right. This one was actually ones that had honey in there instead of sugar. And I kind of liked that. I said, I'm going to give that a try. I have a good friend, real good friend. She's semi kind of a neighbor. Well, she lives close by. But anyway, she told me she and her husband have been married 40-something years, okay? And she told me she has never made homemade cornbread, and she's known around here for her cooking, but she's always made her husband these boxed cornbreads, and she said he doesn't know any different. And I think, I bet he does. I bet he thinks my poor wife just can't make cornbread like old Miss So-and-so or my grandma. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. She kind of told me in a little bit of confidence, so I will not say who she is, because we all will know. She may have told you before. So we've all got this little secret to keep for her, right? Of course, you know, I've got that apron that my friend Cynthia got me. If you had to stir it, then it's homemade. And we are making it at home, right? So I guess it's homemade. Okay, I'm going to put this in the oven, and it doesn't take long to cook. Y'all see it's nice and thin. Says possibly 13 to 17 minutes. So anyway, let me put this in the oven and we'll talk some more. Okay, y'all, now we need to make a dressing, and don't do like me and try to come up with a little shortcut. One time I was making it and I was in a mad dash hurry, and I said, well, it's ranch dressing because you use one of these dressing packages. I said, so I'm just gonna pour ranch on top. Well, I like to layer this in a trifle dish so you can see all the pretty layers. So I poured that ranch on top, and by the time I got to, I think it was to the church, it was a white bowl of whatever. You couldn't even tell what it was anymore. It was just white salad. So don't make that little shortcut. Don't do what Amy did, okay? Learn from me, and we're going to stick to this, and we're going to mix it up how we should, because it's a much thicker consistency. So we're going to use one of these packages. I think they're 1 ounce packages of ranch salad dressing mix, okay? And I know, I always say, okay, like I need y'all to answer me. And I need 1 cup of sour cream, and it happens to be about 1 cup down in here. So this is going to be our mixing container. Instead of messing up something else, right? I know it. I know it. So I'm going to put this right in here with my 1 cup of sour cream. And then we need 1 cup of mayonnaise. And again, I just kind of eyeball this. Yeah, that's going to be about my cup of mayonnaise. And now I'm just going to mix this together really well, and I will set this to the side. You see how flavorful this is, right? Yes. Many of y'all, you can take this recipe and you can make it your own. You can make it have a Mexican flavored flair. You might put some taco seasoning in this, and you could change some bean layers. You can do all kinds of things and come up. There's a Greek layered salad I've done. It's my favorite. Yes, it is. Okay, y'all. See that? We've got that ready. But you see, it's a much thicker consistency than that pour-on ranch dressing mix. So that's why I wanted to show y'all that and talk about that, because it's very, very important. Okay, now, these are some things I'm going to do while our cornbread's baking. One of the layers has bacon in it, and you're supposed to fry bacon. Well, this is a shortcut that I do. I buy these. I get a big bag at Sam's Club, and it's called Real Bacon Bits. And they really are real bacon bits. They're not quite as crispy as I would fry my bacon, so I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 30 seconds. So I've got to do that. It also calls for some pinto beans. I've just got 2 cans of pinto beans. I'm going to drain these really well through a strainer. And it calls for 1 can of corn. You could do 2 cans if you want to. It just calls for 1. And I'm going to strain it because we just want the beans and the corn and no juice, okay? And let's see what else I'm going to do. I had washed my veggies. I'm going to chop this green bell pepper nice and small. And it's another layer. I'm going to chop this purple onion. Yes, purple. Nice and small. And I'm going to chop these Roma tomatoes. And the reason why I get these is because they're not real juicy, okay? Because you definitely don't want all that tomato juice in here. You want it to stay nice and pretty layers, and so if you're using a regular big tomato, just make sure to kind of drain some of those seeds and juice. You could also use cherry tomatoes, but I love these little Romas. So I'm going to get started with all of that. I think I told y'all everything, and we'll be back and we'll put this beautiful salad together.
Yeah, absolutely.
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 I don't think my hands are clean, but they cleaner.
Are they cleaner?
They cleaner.
It's so cool in here that this butter is
I know
still
it.
kind of...
That's about the way I feel. Like cold butter. I just want spread.
I know, and it sits out on the counter, baby.
Mm.
This little piece fell off.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yes, ma'am. Mm. today.
That's all you've had is
Yeah.
cookies
Cookies and an apple.
and an apple.
Yeah. And I'm gonna work on the pan.
You
of
gonna
chili.
hurt that
I am
chili?
gonna hurt that chili.
Do you want another piece before I cut this all up for my salad?
Mmm.
Or no?
Yeah.
You want that right there? Alright, we'll get you that butter back, baby. No, just hand it here and I'll cut it for you. So the chickens was Phyllis out, baby?
Phyllis and one of the others was out.
One of those other little Americanos, yeah.
And she does not like being Phyllis, she got to where she don't even say nothing.
Yeah,
when
she
you pick
went on
her
her
up.
ride.
Yeah. I need my ride, Daddy.
That other little one must get treated bad up in the coop too.
Must.
Alright, I'm gonna go cool all the rest of this off. And we will make our salad. Y'all see what I did? I just kind of chopped it in squares. You can layer some cornbread in all your layers, and then another layer of cornbread in all your layers. But I like to do it, it's more dramatic, just all the cornbread in the bottom. That's up to you. You have to make sure everybody dips deep down, okay? So, that's up to you. And y'all know I made a double recipe, so let's get it all in there, right? I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Let's just do it. Why not? I don't know. I don't know. I never can think of a good reason, except maybe everything's not going to fit. Right? Okay. Next in here is pinto beans that I drained. That was those 2 cans. And I need a little something to spread this around, because you want it to be seen on the edge. You know, you want each layer to be seen. So I just kind of spread it around just a little bit like that. Then next is our corn. I drained it and I just put it right back in here. But that's our corn, whole kernel corn. You know, if you were doing a Mexican one, you could get that with the peppers in there, the red and green peppers. Be Mexican flavored. Fiesta flavored. Yes, you could. And then next, we're going to put the green bell peppers going in. That was 1 bell pepper. He was huge, wasn't he? I know y'all saw him before I chopped him. He was big. He was big and beautiful. Okay, then next, I'm going to put in the purple onion. And you can put as much or as little as you want to. I kind of just... Let's just put it all. Put it all. Right? Again, come to that edge so you can see that beautiful edge. And then you gotta start mashing this down, because we got more to go, right? I know. I'm like, Amy, you shouldn't have put all that cornbread, girl. I know. And I'm putting the tomatoes. And I did cut them and I tried to drain them just a little bit. And I see some more tomato juice down the bottom, so I'm not putting that, okay? Because we don't want all that sogginess. Sogginess, yes. Just like that. You could trade this out for anything you like or don't like, okay? Now at this point, all we have left is our cheese and our bacon, and we want that on top, okay? So we're going to take our mixed salad dressing. Remember, this was our cup of mayo and our cup of our sour cream. And I just did it in this container because that's what I had left. With a ranch dressing packet that has onion and garlic and, goodness gracious, all sorts of good seasonings. Parsley has lots and lots of flavor. Who doesn't like ranch, right? I know. But yes, you could sure make this. Y'all know that salad, I grew up eating it at every reunion. Now you're gonna ice this. I cover all my tomatoes, ice it like a cake. And it was like a taco salad. It had your corn chips in it, and it had a French dressing and tomatoes. Y'all know what I mean? I wanna make that with y'all. I've been craving it. I had it at John's Aunt Diane's funeral at the church, Marion First Baptist in Marion. And it was so good. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'd been wanting to make it. Now it just makes me want to make it that much more with y'all. Okay, y'all see how I covered it all on top. Isn't this beautiful so far? I know. I'm getting sidetracked. Right, let's get back on it. Now I've got a package. This is an 8-ounce package of sharp cheddar, and it's finely shredded. Y'all see how it's finely shredded like that? And the only reason I get the finely shredded is it's a little easier to dip, you know, instead of the bigger shreds. So that's totally up to you. I don't know that I'll put the whole 8 ounces, but I probably will. I usually do. I think it's about 2 cups. That's what I'll do with shredded cheese. And I try to cover it all the way, just like that. And now the topper, yes, is our cooked. Remember, I cooked these in the microwave, these real bacon bits, and I put them on top as well. Right, I know. I know lots of you have told me you was gonna make that and you forgot about it, and you still hadn't tried it, but it looks so good. Please go make it. Do yourself a favor and go make it, okay? Let me show y'all up close. Let me wipe my hands really clean because I'm going to wrap the top with plastic wrap. Let me come show y'all. Is that not the most beautiful, colorful salad? And you know what they tell us? They tell us to eat the rainbow because it's so good for us. Well, that is most definitely the rainbow, isn't it? I know. So I'll see y'all next time.